Today on CBS is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Titans and the Jaguars. Let's take you out to Jacksonville with our announcers, Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, and Amanda Renner.
JB here in Jacksonville. It is a beautiful 76-degree Sunday on the banks of the St. Johns River. And that means that it is good tailgating weather. This Jacksonville fan base hoping that their first place Jags can get back on track as they get set for a big one in the AFC South. This is what it looks like in the division. And just a couple of weeks ago, boy, the Jags looked like the runaway favorites to take it. But look at Houston nipping at their heels and the Titans desperately trying to jumpstart their season. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Jacksonville, the NFL on CBS. Alongside Adam Archuleta, I'm Spiro Ditas. We'll hear from Amanda Renner here in just a couple of seconds. What a crazy league this is. 5-game winning streak ending here in a bad way for Jacksonville last week to San Francisco. And Tennessee, crazy to think, they win this game. They're 2 games out of first place in the division.
Well, you're right, and it's so much can change in just 1 week. Jacksonville was red hot, and they ran into a brick wall last week. The question is, do they let it linger into this game? For Tennessee, it's been tough, but I wouldn't count them out. They're going to be ready to play in this game. Jacksonville better be ready.
It's a tough Jacksonville team to figure out. Remember their improbable run to the second round of the playoffs last year, so they entered the year with high expectations here for the first time in a long time. And after a slow start, it looked like they turned the corner with that long winning streak, but it ended in a bad way last week. And now questions starting to be asked again.
Well, Sparrow, it's easy to think that the sky is falling after last week, but you got to remember, they rode that 5-game winning streak. Lawrence was playing at a high level. When they got in a scoring position, they were able to capitalize and get touchdowns. And their defense, opportunistic, taking the ball away, giving it back to their offense. Trevor Lawrence is coming off one of his worst games of his career, but I'm excited to see how does he bounce back? How does he respond? They've got to respond in a big way, and that'll go a long ways to figuring out what kind of team this is.
They do get some good news today with the return of Zay Jones, who hasn't played since week 5. A little bit of a tumultuous week. We'll get into his story as the day goes on, Amanda, but offensively, it's huge for Jacksonville.
It is, and Doug Peterson told us Zay Jones could have returned last week, but they opted instead to give him another week's worth of rest. Well, on Monday, Jones was arrested on a misdemeanor domestic battery charge, and he was out on bond on Tuesday. As the team told us, Zay was in immediate communication with the team, and in their words, has taken full ownership of this situation. Peterson told us they have to let the legal process run its course, and Jones, who is due in court December 6th in this incident, will be back starting today.
All right, Amanda, meantime for Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. Started well, split their first 4 games of the season, but they've lost 4 of their last 5, and all eyes continue to be on their rookie quarterback, Will Levis.
And there's a lot of hope and a lot of promise because Levis has shown some significant talent. It's one of my favorite plays, 5-man rush. Look at how Levis in the 2-minute drill works the pocket, slides to his left, and then throws across the field in an effortless way to hit Phillips on the sideline. Sometimes he relies on that talent too much and just doesn't take the check down. Looking downfield, knows it's not there, but he waits on it too long, takes the hit in the pocket, and that leads to an interception. So the key for Levis is balance. Be aggressive, but learn when to take the profit. One thing they've got to do, Sparrow, is get Derrick Henry the football. Only 11 carries last week. That is not going to cut it. They have to have one of those signature Derrick Henry games today against Jacksonville.
Now, one thing we know about Derrick Henry, the King has always loved coming home as the Jacksonville native back in his hometown today. What does he have in store for this Jacksonville defense? Jags try to build on their lead atop the South, but Tennessee has other ideas. The kick is coming up on CBS. From Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, we welcome you to the NFL on CBS. Today it's a Week 11 tilt to the AFC South between Jacksonville and Tennessee. Next.
A famously smooth whiskey from a famously big family.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
There's a coaching matchup here in Jacksonville. Mike Vrabel, year 6 in Nashville at the helm of this Tennessee operation, and Doug Peterson. Sometimes you're a victim of your own success. That improbable run into the postseason last year, winning the wild card against the Chargers, and that wild comeback. How do they pick up the pieces after that very disheartening home loss last week to San Francisco? Beautiful day, temperatures mid-70s, not a cloud in the sky. And as we play on the banks of the St. Johns River, Jacksonville winning the toss, elect to defer. Tajay Spears watches this one sail through the back of the end zone, and here comes Will Levis, a rookie quarterback making his 4th straight start. He looked terrific in his first outing against Atlanta with the 4 touchdowns arch, but a little bit back to NFL reality the last 2 weeks.
Well, a lot of times when you go to the backup in the middle of the season, it's not always a good thing, but you see a lot of talent and you see a lot of good things. He brings a lot of excitement and a lot of big playability to this offense. The question is, can they protect him and give him a chance to throw that ball down the field?
Tennessee losing last week at Tampa 20-6. Trying to jumpstart their run game as Derrick Henry with a good drive starter to get them off and running here in Jacksonville.